Hi Pisces, welcome to your love reading for December 2019. Let's go ahead and see what is coming up for you. This is a love reading for the sign of Pisces for December 2019. Okay, what's the most important thing that Pisces needs to hear about their love life for December 2019? The message that you have, Pisces, is the Knight of Wands. So this is somebody who is determined. This is someone who is really going after what they want. This is someone who is very persistent. So this can be you. Perhaps, you're looking for a new relationship or you're trying to get back together with someone. This shows me that someone is going out of their way, doing everything that they can to see a positive change in their love life. So let's go ahead and start at the top and we will work our way down. The very first card that you have is the Four of Wands. You have this with the Five of Swords and the Four of Swords, which is interesting. So the Four of Wands, this is all about a relationship that has a future. This is about a relationship perhaps where maybe you're talking about marriage. This is commitment, stability. So I feel like there's a relationship around you that has potential because you actually start with the Four of Wands. For some of you, this person may have asked you for some space. You have the Four of Swords. To me, this is a card of retreating. This is someone who is telling you, I'm sorry, but I need some space. I need some time to myself. I need time to think. This could also be a relationship that needs to be healed. You actually, like I said, you have the Four of Swords here and the Five of Swords here. So, I see a relationship that has a future. Perhaps you were talking about getting engaged or getting married. But it's like, somebody has kind of stepped away from this. Somebody has backed off with the Four of Swords. The weird thing is that you have the Five of Swords right next to it. So 4 and 5 of Swords. And the Five of Swords is sabotage. This can be someone interfering in your relationship. But it can even be, somebody has just made a very poor decision. Somebody has made a mistake. Somebody is self-sabotaging, perhaps by taking a step back from you. Perhaps, you're trying to win back this person because the main energy is the Knight of Wands. It's like someone is determined, like they're not going to give up. They're not taking no for an answer. I see somebody retreating here, but I also see like, there is a very bad decision that somebody has made. Now, if we look at the second row, you actually have the King of Swords right in the center of the reading. So some of you can be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. But the King and the Queen of Swords can come up when somebody is just analyzing everything to death. They're not really paying attention to their intuition or their own feelings. So it doesn't have to be an air sign. Yeah, and it seems like that is what we're looking at. On one side of the King of Swords, we have a relationship with the future. Again, the 10 of Coins. This is a card of stability, commitment, perhaps even marriage. But it's like somebody doesn't know how to move in that direction. We have the 8 of Swords. Somebody is stuck. Somebody feels trapped. Again, this person may have asked you for some space, some time to think. With the 8 of Swords, somebody is just afraid of moving forward. No one is stuck. No one is trapped. They're just afraid of making a decision. They're afraid of moving forward. And again, you have strong relationship energy here. And I feel like for many of you, you see this potential and maybe somebody has asked you for some space, but I see you refusing to back down, refusing to give up. It's like you're willing to fight for this person. Now look at this last row. You have the Ace of Cups here. So the Ace of Cups, for some of you, maybe if you're single, this could be a new person coming into your life. Maybe you're determined to meet a new partner. This can be a new relationship, but it can also be a relationship being rekindled. You have this Ace of Cups with 2 Knights, which is pretty strange. So there are 3 Knights in your reading, Pisces. Here you go. You have 3 Knights. Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands. And the Knights all represent change and movement. So there is a lot of things kind of shifting around your love life in the month of December. Some of you, it's because you're refusing to back down. You're refusing to give up on someone. You're refusing to take no for an answer. And again, my goodness, you have the Ace of Cups. There can be a new beginning. For some of you, you have the Knight of Swords here. So the Knight of Swords, to me, this can represent, this is like the Tower. Things change very quickly. Somebody may have said, I don't know what I want. Give me some time to think. Again, there is a very bad decision here. The Knight of Swords means that things could change very unexpectedly, very quickly, because this is surrounded by a new beginning here. And then on the other side, there is movement around your love life with the Knight of Cups. This can be a proposal to get back together. This can be a marriage proposal. This is just, movement, positive movement around your love life. Your relationship with someone continuing to move forward. And again, with 3 Knights in this reading, especially with the Knight of Wands, I feel like you're refusing to give up on someone. Because, 5 of Swords, it seems that somebody maybe has made a very kind of unwise decision. With the 5 of Swords, this is a decision that you regret, and that comes back to haunt you. Okay, let's get a few more. Let's see what else comes up for the sign of Pisces. You have the Chariot. You have the Tower. So now you have the Knight of Swords and the Tower. And then you have the Lovers. So I feel like for the sign of Pisces, if you're kind of refusing to give up on someone, because you have the Knight of Wands as the main energy here, and now you have 3 Knights in this reading, I feel like there's change around your love life because you're refusing to give up on someone that maybe is bailing on you. Somebody that has maybe asked for some space. Somebody that maybe asks for time to think about things. You have the Chariot here. The Chariot does mean that this is a victory for you. This can also represent the sign of Cancer. But the Chariot is just, this is your relationship moving forward, your love life taking off. This is big changes in your love life. Like I said, you have 3 Knights in this reading in addition to the Chariot. So it's like your love life is moving forward in the month of December. Of course, you do have to be present, and you do have to be determined to, to not give up. This is a very fiery, passionate energy. So this is your love life moving forward, victory, because you've been very persistent. This does pay off for you. You have the Tower here. And again, I had just mentioned that the Knight of Swords is like the Tower, and you have them both. So I feel like for the month of December, you can definitely see a lot of things just drastically changing very unexpectedly. Like maybe somebody walked out of your life. Again, that's kind of what I see in the very first row here. Somebody just made, a very, very, very bad decision, asking for some space. But all of this can kind of change in the blink of an eye. It's like, whoa, like everything just changed. Again, the Tower can also be a shocking revelation because this is with the Lovers. This can represent the sign of Gemini, especially if you're coupled with a Gemini, because you do have the King of Swords, which also represents an air sign. The Lovers is showing you that, there is a relationship that you want very much. To me, that is what the Lovers represents. You want this relationship to work. You want this relationship to happen. You want to be with this person. I feel like the sign of Pisces, like you're being pleasantly surprised in the month of December. There is a very positive and kind of shocking twist as far as this person that you're really kind of wanting to connect with, that maybe, has kind of stepped back from you for a little bit, kind of asking for some time to think. Perhaps they don't know what they want. Again, 4 and 5 of Swords right next to each other. It's somebody maybe that's going to look back and kind of regret their decision to back away from you. You have this with the 8 of Swords. Again, somebody is afraid maybe of moving forward. Somebody is feeling trapped. Okay, let's go ahead and get a few more cards from the confirmation deck. Let's see what else comes up for the sign of Pisces. What other messages are there for the sign of Pisces for December? Okay, the first card you have, Pisces, is the 9 of Cups. Death. And the Page of Swords. Okay, what's the most important thing that Pisces needs to hear about their love life for December 2019? The message that you have, Pisces, is the 2 of Pentacles. So the 2 of Pentacles can mean that somebody has to make a decision. Perhaps, if there is someone else in the picture, somebody is having to choose. The 2 of Pentacles is choosing between 2 things, 2 people, 2 outcomes. It can also be a sense of instability. Perhaps, you're not liking this feeling of not knowing where you stand with a person. You want answers. Again, I see you being really determined to make something happen. Maybe you're determined to force someone to make a decision. You're determined to force someone to kind of, to either commit to you or walk away, because this is a sense of instability. Let's go ahead and look at these 3 cards right here. You do have the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups, this is wish fulfillment. This is you getting exactly what you want. This also means that you're extremely happy. And you have this with the Death card. Like there is, now you have the Death card and the Tower. So for the sign of Pisces, there can be a dramatic change in your love life in the month of December. Again, all of this is tied to you. So if you kind of look back and watch and think, well, nothing happened, it could be that you didn't do anything. You have the Knight of Wands, which means that there is a need to be very persistent, especially with the Chariot up there. This is something dramatic. This could be someone coming back to your life, maybe after years of being separated, or somebody unexpectedly letting you know they still care, or somebody even unexpectedly letting you know they're interested in you. The Death card is a huge transformation in your love life. For those who are single, this can be somebody new coming in. I just see this tied to, your hopes and wishes. Something you have been wishing for, whether it's somebody new or somebody from the past coming back into your life. You also have communication here. You have the Page of Swords. This is the truth. This is somebody speaking their truth. And because this is with the Nine of Cups, it's like somebody is speaking their truth, and that is like music to your ears. This can be the truth, like, I still love you, or the truth is, I fell in love with you, somebody new. I do feel like, there is communication. Again, the truth, you being extremely happy, and this leading to kind of a big change in your love life, especially with the Tower here. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the X spread. Okay, Pisces, let's go ahead and see what is coming up for your love life as far as you and your ex for the month of December. Pisces and their ex for December 2019. Pisces and their ex. So you have the Two of Pentacles again. This card did come up for you from the confirmation deck in the first spread that we did. Okay, so let's stop here and let's see what you have going on as far as your ex. I mean, the good thing is that you're starting with Justice. I mean, Justice can represent the sign of Libra, but this is an apology. For me, this is someone perhaps asking for forgiveness, asking for a second chance. It's someone who's trying to make things up to you. If you go back and watch the first spread, you had the Four and the Five of Swords in the first spread, which shows that somebody maybe just made a very poor decision, Four of Swords, by maybe asking for some space, maybe telling you they need time to think, they don't know what they want. I do see an apology here as far as an ex. Especially for those of you where your ex is a fire sign, you have the Queen of Wands. This would be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. This can even represent you if you have a moon or rising and a fire sign. But the Queen of Wands is also that fiery energy. Remember, the main energy for you in the first spread was the Knight of Wands. That is someone who will not give up until they get what they want. So some of you, you could be very passionate about your ex, maybe refusing to give up on them. I feel like that definitely does pay off for you. You have the Four of Wands right in the center. The Four of Wands does represent commitment, a relationship with the future. So although we're looking at an ex situation here, I still see a possible future for you. Now, you have the Nine of Wands here. So the Nine of Wands, I mean, this is someone who is paranoid. This is someone who is very protective of themselves. They don't want to be hurt. So it's kind of interesting that this is here with the Two of Pentacles, which you just had in the last spread. Some of you may feel like your ex is too wishy-washy. Maybe they, they have made poor decisions in the past. Maybe, they've not kept their word. The Two of Pentacles is feeling like everything's up in the air. So some of you, you may be afraid of taking back your ex. That's what I see here with these two cards. You're afraid to let them back in. But you do have victory right in the center here. You have the Six of Wands. So this is telling you if you're willing to maybe give that ex a second chance, I do see, victory for you here. Now, I see your energy here. You have the King of Cups. For many of you, this is you because you're a water sign. If you have an ex who's a water sign, this can also represent them. I do feel like there's still a lot of unhappiness here. You have the Five of Cups. There's still a lot of tears, sadness as far as an ex. Because you have this with the Eight of Wands, because the Eight of Wands means that you have been waiting. Maybe you've been waiting to hear from them. The Eight of Wands is that kind of energy where you've waited for so long, you've pretty much given up hope. And this comes as a very kind of unexpected surprise. This is a surprise. This is like the Tower. And you just had the Tower in the last spread. This is, something you've been waiting for. Again, we're asking about an ex here. So I feel like for many of you where maybe you've been waiting for a very, very long time, you're finally seeing, this is fireworks, excitement. Although I do see you here, maybe you've, had given up hope as far as them returning. There can be, again, a very unexpected development, a surprise here. Okay, let's go ahead and get a few more cards to see what else comes up for you and your ex. You have the King of Swords. So you also have the King of Swords in the first spread. So it's interesting that they are here again. You have the Moon, which also can represent your energy. and the Ten of Swords. So if your ex is an air sign, I mean, this is definitely speaking to you. You have the King of Swords. You had an air sign right in the center of the reading in the first spread. Again, this would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. It can also be just someone who's really overthinking things. It could be your ex. It can also be you, because I see someone who is paranoid here. Again, you might be paranoid as far as letting them back in. Maybe, falling into, their lies again, especially if this person has let you down. Because you had the Five of Swords in the first spread, which to me, that's sabotage. That's someone that makes just very bad decisions. But there is an air sign here as far as your ex. And I feel like there's a lot of confusion around you and your ex. With the moon, there could have been deceit. But the moon usually pops up when you don't really know everything. Maybe you don't really know the full story behind why your ex left, or why they chose someone else, or why they cheated. The moon is representing things that are unseen, things that you're not aware of, things that are hidden. And we also have the Ten of Swords here. So the Ten of Swords does show that someone has not moved on yet. I mean, that is the loudest message of the Ten of Swords. Someone has not yet moved on. Usually it can represent, being deeply hurt or even betrayed, stabbed in the back. You see the woman here with 10 swords in her back, but the loudest message, someone has not moved on. Again, looks can be deceiving. You could think your ex moved on and is living happily ever after, and again, that may not be what is going on. The moon represents confusion and lack of clarity. Okay, let's get a few cards from the confirmation deck. Let's see what else comes up for you. What other messages are there for Pisces about their ex for December? You have the Six of Wands. Interesting. 10 of Swords 2 times. And the Page of Pentacles. So some of you, you may be sitting here thinking that your ex moved on and is living, happily ever after, and you're dead wrong. Because the Ten of Swords is the repeat card. Someone has not moved on. This is a message that it's time to move on, but somebody has not yet moved on. There's also, a lot of pain behind this card, being betrayed. So here in this, these 3 cards that I've just pulled for you, what I see with this Ten of Swords energy is victory. So this is being able to get past any obstacles that have been blocking you and your ex. And this has come up with the Page of Pentacles. So, this is you perhaps looking at the possibility of a reunion with your ex. Because when you have the Ten of Swords 2 times. So let's bring that up here. The Ten of Swords 2 times. Someone has not yet moved on. And again, you had this card over here with the moon. So looks are deceiving. You may think they moved on, and you're dead wrong. Can also be that some of you may be kind of considering, like, maybe I should move on, because I do see someone very paranoid here. Again, you may feel like this person's way too wishy-washy for you. Maybe they've made poor decisions. Maybe there's been another person. This is a juggling act. Some of you could be, because you have the Page of Pentacles here, the Page of Pentacles means that someone is studying something very carefully. Some of you, I feel like your ex could pop up again in December, and some of you are kind of considering, like, should I just move on from this person? I don't trust this person anymore. That's what I see with the Ten of Swords here. But again, because of this side over here, I do feel like for some of you, like, you think this person has moved on, because we started with the Justice card. So again, you think this person has moved on, but with the moon, this is not what's going on. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lack of clarity. There could be secrets. There could be things you don't know going on around your ex. Again, and this all goes back to the very first card that I pulled for you. Justice, which does represent an apology. Somebody asking for forgiveness. Someone trying to make things up to you. And again, the Four of Wands, although we're focusing on an ex situation here, I still see a future. The Four of Wands is not just a card of love like the Ace of Cups or the Knight of Cups. This is a relationship that is strong, that has a future. This can be a card of marriage and stability. So again, an ex, and I see an apology and a relationship, but, there is like someone is afraid, paranoid of letting this person back in. But I do see, victory here with the Six of Wands. You're able to get past any obstacles. So the obstacle could be fear, or it could be, something painful that has happened with the Ten of Swords 2 times. Perhaps you have a chance here to maybe look at what this person did and kind of decide if you can forgive them, if you want to try again. But I do feel like some of you think this person has moved on, and they have not. Let me get one last card for you. What final message is there for the sign of Pisces about their ex for December? Yeah, I mean, look at this. I pulled the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is all about your relationship continuing to move forward. It's not over. It's far from over. This is an opportunity to continue to grow. This could even be a proposal to get back together, to talk. Yeah, this is definitely kind of confirming the Ten of Swords 2 times, that there's still movement around your relationship. For some of you, this is a choice maybe that you have to make. Maybe that's why you have the Two of Pentacles. Some of you could be very undecided, like, can I trust this person? Should I trust this person? I feel like this is what you're looking at in the month of December. Okay, Pisces, this has been your love reading for December 2019. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you again next month.